The deal with anal eating mummy god. I don't know why I just now remembered this, but this was fucking... Basically, anal eating mummy god explained to me what I needed to do. Okay, he was like, you gotta go to court alone, by yourself, you gotta represent yourself, and if you know anything about representing yourself, a man that represents himself has a fool for a client. It's a bad idea. It always goes bad, or if it doesn't go bad, it's not gonna go well. And that's stupid. And this is my point, my critique of this bullshit. You have to be just as stupid as they are. That is the whole thing. They want you to prove you can be as dumb as they are. Like, whatever, dude. Anyways, this feeds into the shit with Blondie, and it's easy. It's not when you have a learning comprehension disorder. And I don't give a rat's ass what anal eating mummy god or Blondie's opinions were on my mental disorder. It fucking exists. Thank you. Yeah. So, anyways, and then we got into he started talking about alternative ways of going to court, which basically involved me crashing my car into a building. But once again, I looked it up. That's not how that works. That turns into an insurance issue. Like, it doesn't matter why you did it or what happened. It turns into an insurance issue. So you're not going to go to court for that. It's just going to get covered by the insurance. Like, okay. And then he was like, well, whatever, there's systems in place, and dude, it was just stupid shit. It was just stupid, and I was just, you guys are idiots. I was like, this guy is gonna die because you guys are stupid. And I asked him again, I was like, is this just a religious thing with you? And he went, no, which is a lie. It's a religious thing with them. This is their religion. This is what it looks like. It looks like pure stupidity, and they only respect stupid motherfuckers that are willing to be reckless and stupid. That's the guy that needs to be in charge. The reckless guy that doesn't think or care or doesn't do anything intelligent. He just acts, and then when it all goes bad, they point the finger and blame somebody. And then they go, we want that guy to be like us. And you're just like, does that guy's values, morals, and all of his capacities actually agree with how stupid you guys are? Or are you guys just like, we're the superior psychology because we think we're the superior psychology? And where did your superior psychology get you last time? Prison. Where you belong. The only reason you people don't go to prison is you're fascist, and you have a massive amount of retards in your church that are willing to commit any atrocity known to man to make sure you don't go to prison. Okay, you're not superior. You just have a bunch of people that have a bunch of numbers. The dude that started your church that got beat to death and got his head chopped off. That is standard operating procedure for your superior psychology, by the way. That is what would happen if you didn't have an army of people willing to get themselves killed for you. Okay, as soon as everybody in the church goes, we're done. This is a human trafficking ring. And I mean everybody. Like, no exceptions. This is a human trafficking ring. That's all we're doing. We're the secrets among secrets upon lies. Everything all feeds into one thing: human trafficking. That's it. There's nothing else. There's no secrets. There's no spiritual guides. There's no magic. There's nothing. That's what's out there. And look, I'll tell you from being out there, former president right here. It's drugs and sex, and you can do that anywhere. You don't have to go to Utah to do it. You can have drugs and sex anywhere you want. Okay. It's not special, not unique. Yeah, but basically, Anal Eating Mummy God was explaining their ridiculous plan, and it was that shit. He's gonna chelate. He's gonna solve once again. If I had to describe this as they were explaining to me what this guy, who is me, has to do, it was every bad idea you could possibly fucking think of. It was, he has to give himself chelation therapy, he has to solve all his own psychological problems, he has to figure out pro se, he has to, and I remember him going, this is an impossible task. I agree with that, Anal Eating Mummy God. It is an impossible task. Because it's stupid. And it's as if somebody intelligent, probably me, told you all these things were a bad idea, and then you were like, they're good ideas, and you just did the opposite of everything. I mean, you're dead now, but so we don't have to really worry about how everything you messed up, because you're dead. But here's the fucking, the kicker about that, like, when you think about this in a nutshell, an intelligent person tells you all these things are bad ideas, and then you just go, they're good ideas. That is what this looks like. And then Anal Eating Mummy God was like, you can't turn yourself into the FBI. And I was like, I froze. Anal Eating Mummy God, this guy is going to need all the help in the world. I was like, if you guys did traumatize him, I was like, if you guys did poison him with heavy metals, if you guys did dick him over, I was like, he's going to have borderline personality disorder, he's going to have extreme trauma, he's going to be extremely mentally ill from what you did. And he went, and dude, the shit with the eye roll, how much these people don't care about what they did. And then it's funny that they're like, you need to take responsibility when they eye roll and they don't understand what they did was wrong and they don't have any accountability of their own. So why the fuck do I have to take responsibility if you're not gonna? Okay. And then Blondie was like, he just has to stick to his morals. He just has to. And I was like, shut up, dude. And I just, like I said, when they were explaining the entire Titanic ridiculous task to me, all of it was just a bad idea. I was like, this guy have any psychological training? And like he said, he's a genius. You can't give yourself psychological therapy. That's not a thing. Okay, you shouldn't give yourself chelation therapy. It destroys your teeth. It's not good for you. It can destroy your liver. And just like me, you might not know. Even now, I don't know if I got all the heavy metals out. I might be still acting weird because I still have heavy metals in my brain. Like. And then they're like, oh, and after all that, after he's extremely fucked up, he has to go to court, and you're going to look like a crazy person in court after surviving all that. And then he explains to me, when you're in court, you're not allowed to set up any safety nets while you're in court. You're not allowed to like be like, oh, I have trauma, I have this, I have that. You got to go there, you got to say these things, and then go to prison. And then wait, and then, you know, like, it was like a month later when Blondie was like, after you're in prison, we're gonna send people out and they're gonna get you out of prison. And I was, shut up and go away, dude. Just shut up and go away. Like, or after that guy's in prison, and I told Blondie to his face, that guy's fucked, that guy's me. I was like, because you guys are idiots. And he's like, we're not idiots, you have to follow the rules, and this is what following the rules gets you. This is what following the rules gets you. You meet a special ed kid, or I'm not a special ed kid, you meet an undiagnosed autistic person, tell them they have to do things they can't do, and once again, this is the equivalent to them walking to a kid, one of those kids drooling on themselves. It's like, if you want to save your family, all you have to do is get up and walk, and that guy's like, like, but our religion, he has to follow our religion. Fuck your religion. I am not one of you people. Okay? I don't believe that I'm a narcissist. I don't believe any of that shit. Honestly, dude. Like, I will admit I have a lot of the narcissistic traits, and I will openly agree I am not your type of narcissist. Okay, because once again, I practice altruism, which is doing the right thing. You people practice being a piece of shit. That's what you do. And then scream you're somehow the good guy because you can pretend to be the good guy. And goodness is a virtue signal, and you just do all the evil things, and then you end up like Michael Jackson where you die, and then all the bad shit comes out after you're dead, and they find out what a garbage human being you are, and they're like, man, how the fuck did anybody think that guy was getting into heaven? Like, whatever, man. And the other side of this shit is, I wonder if this is them being like, because Anal Eating Mummy God was like, he knows every judge in Florida. He knows every lawyer in Florida. So no matter what I do, it's all rigged, no matter what. And I was like, okay, so this entire thing is rigged. I was like, what the fuck is the point of me doing anything if it's rigged? I was like, it's rigged. And I remember this, like, okay, once again, I don't get it. I really don't. Okay, it's stupid. The entire thing is stupid. It's pointless. Everything in it's pointless. Like, I mean, he did tell me that, like, basically my entire family decided to vote against me and was like, no, they believed you can't do this, and you're not gonna do this. And I guess that's off to them because they know I'm retarded anyways, so, like, they probably just a good calculation on their part. I probably wouldn't have voted for me either, honestly. I would have been like, yeah, I love him, but we're fucked. He doesn't have those abilities. He's kind of really stupid. Regardless of how much he wants to do the right thing, he can't. So yeah, thank you guys for, dude, I picture them just laying out the ridiculous, stupid plan and going over how ridiculous, and just everybody in my family listening to them as they're like, self-psychology, self-chelation therapy, self-this, self-that, and they just fucking started laughing. They're like, you're an idiot, dude. You guys are fucking stupid. None of those things work. And Blondie was like, I give myself psychological help all the time, and look what I did. I restarted a massive human trafficking ring, and I got a whole bunch of people killed. And then I blamed your brother for it, because I'm a piece of shit, and I have no values, and I have no morals, and I have no responsibilities, and I'm the victim in everything. And it's just like, okay. Like, I don't know. I was thinking about it the other day. I remember Blondie accused me of being envious. And I would say this. I too wished I had an army of stupid people that were willing to get themselves killed for me. So to Blondie, you're right. I am jealous. I too wish I had an army of stupid people that would do anything to defend my massive human trafficking ring and all the atrocities and every serial killer in America. I too wished I had that, but not in the way you think. I wished I had an army of good people willing to do anything to kill all the bad people. And I'm going to say this again. I wish I had an army of good people that were willing to commit any atrocity to bad people known to man. Not random citizens, not people who said words they didn't like, not any of this pussy shit. I wish I had a bunch of good people who just did the right fucking thing because it was the right fucking thing. And they ignored everybody else. If your dumb bastards came to them and were like, we'll kill you if you do that, you would go to your church and then there would be a bomb that went off to let you know that was a fucking mistake. And now all of you are fucking dead. That is what I wished I had. That is the kind of power I wished I had. Overwhelming violent stupid people to overwhelm your violent stupid people. But wishes are pointless. Outside of that one wish I made to help George Miller, which I firmly believe started this entire situation off. That was a big mistake on my end. And that might be like my only wish in the world. Maybe everybody gets one wish and we end up wasting it on something stupid when we're kids. But like, I wish it was for like McDonald's. And I wasted my wish on helping George. And then George just turned into a piece of shit and refused to give me money or help me in any way. And then everything went bad because he's a stupid fuck. But I can sit here all day and delegate the responsibilities of what happened. The fact of the matter is I failed. Yeah. I think, it is astounding that this scenario is literally the same stupid scenario I've had with my friend Taco. I've had with my other emotionally stunted friends where I tell them something's a bad idea, and then to prove me wrong, they put it in motion or they do it anyways. And it ends up being a bad idea just like I told them. This is what happens when you don't listen to me. It all goes bad every time. It all goes bad every fucking time. Okay? I have no idea what on earth, why on earth, Anal Eating Mummy God even fucking told me he was like 88 or 90 or whatever the fuck he was. He might as well told me he's a 2-year-old and he's just gonna do the opposite of what I said because I said it, and he's gotta prove me wrong because he thinks like a fucking 2-year-old. Great. Wonderful. Innocent people have to get killed and human trafficked because you think like a 2-year-old. Like I said, I agreed with my family and their decisions. I would have abandoned me too. I would have been like, that's fucked, dude. He has to do all that shit. Fuck him. No. Like, am I allowed to help him? No! We have stupid religious rules to say you can't help it. We don't believe in helping people. We're the exact opposite of socialists. Like, yeah, is it because you guys have $4 billion you get off of human trafficking and you don't want to pay taxes on it and all you want to do is rape kids and eat people's corpses and mutilate people forever? Shut up! Stop judging me! Nobody can judge me outside of God, and he doesn't even exist because I'm him! I'm God and the devil, and I'm in control of everything. Okay, great. On a closing note, I remembered this really stupid thing with Stu and Blondie, where they kept going on about how I was the N-word God. I was the N-word God, and I'd come to ruin all the crackers' lives, and I was the N-word God, and they kept going on about me saying I was a god. When I was out there, when I was being Anal Eating Mummy God, there was this one really funny moment. I had called somebody, I don't remember who, but I was like talking to them and I was like, well, I'm supposed to tell you I'm God. And then the guy went, you're not God. And I was like, no, you don't understand. I have to say that. I was like, and he's like, you're not God. Bobby, stop thinking you're fucking God, you fucking arrogant prick. You are not God. And he went on a fucking tirade. And then Jasmine looked at me and she's like, you have to tell him you're God. I was like, I really don't think he wants to hear that right now. And I was like, okay, I'm God. I hung up on him, and then they beat, raped, and waterboarded that guy, and then he called back, and then he was like, you're God. And I was like, yeah, I don't like actually saying it, but I have to tell people I'm God now, and like, that's just how it is. It's not an actual good thing. It Jasmine, stop doing that! Tell him you're God, tell him you're superior, tell him you're right about everything, and make sure that you never make any mistakes, and just do all the stupid things, and don't ever think about anything. Stop thinking! And this was a thing that kept happening with me, where I would stand out there thinking, and then they would get mad at me because I was just sitting there thinking, because that's what I do, I think. Yeah. I think this video is a much lighter video than the other ones. Pretty good. Pretty good.